Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thanks for joining us. We are so excited to be back today.
As usual.
How are you,
right?
Susan, darling? How are
I'm
you?
just wonderful. And today, of course, we'll be answering more of your fan questions. So make sure you're still submitting. We love reading them. We love discussing them. We love giving advice on them. And you know what to do by now, right? It's go to bachelornation.com/golden hour and submit away.
Okay. Send us everything. Send us your questions, your updates. You can also DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour. And something tells me, Susan, that we are going to be having a lot of questions coming up after this episode.
We
thinking.
just might.
We just might.
Because we might share some things. Okay, Kath. So it's time to get into the episode. Let's start with the question of the day. Kathy, it's all yours.
Okay, Susan, I have news for you and Bachelor Nation. We're not doing the question of the day today.
We're not?
No. You and I are good bestie friends, right?
Yes.
I know what you think. You know what I think. It is now time for you to tell Bachelor Nation what has really been going on in your life. So I'm going to let you take it away. And just let me just say for everyone, before we get started here, Susan and I feel like I'm writing a fairy tale here. Susan and I took a trip together. Nancy was supposed to come, but it ended up being the two of us to St. Martin Island in the French West Indies. And Susan, take it away. What happened?
So I've been holding on to this secret for a little bit now. I did meet someone, and I know I've been talking about being single because I didn't know where it was going to go. I know what I felt, but wanted to make sure we were both on the same page. And I just have to share that we are. We were having fun and we're just seeing where things are going. And now I can honestly say he's the real deal. I have found my person.
Yay, she's let it out, finally.
Oh my God,
It's been killing me. I can't tell anyone. Okay, so tell everyone about him.
So
His
yes,
name.
Bachelor Nation and all you listeners, it was my turn. And thank God. I mean, I went on national TV on The Golden Bachelor and it didn't work. And Kathy and I were having a fabulous vacation. And one night we went to bed. She was upstairs. I was in my room and I was playing games on my computer and I could not sleep. And I thought, you know what? What do I got to lose? I went on Tinder. See, everybody, it does work when you least expect it. And trust and believe me, I used to be on all the dating sites forever. So I tried it and I saw somebody, I swiped, and then I didn't get on for like 3 days, remember?
Oh, I remember.
And sure
I didn't
enough,
know. By the way, I
she
did not
had
know.
no idea.
I had no idea she had done this. We were going to the beach. We're going out having dinner. And then what happened, Susan?
And I decided to check back in and there was a message. And I was like, oh. So that was the fun part. Of course, he is French and he speaks French. So when he asked for the first meet, I made Kathy come.
So let me just say, he is from Paris, outside of Paris. And his name is Frederic.
Bordeaux, actually.
Oh, Bordeaux, excuse me. I drink it. I don't know where the hell it is. Anyway, he just speaks very little English. He speaks a little more English than Susan does French. I speak enough French. Yeah. I speak enough. So Susan says, you have to come. You have to come to this bar. And so literally we walked to the bar.
It was
Susan's
a restaurant.
panic. A restaurant. Well, it had a bar.
Yeah.
Susan's panicked. She
Yes.
said, what am I doing? What am I doing?
And he asked me to bring the ear pods, remember?
Yes. He said, bring your ear pods because he's going to load a translation app on her phone. So we get there. I introduce them both to each other in French and myself. How weird is this, people? Susan has got a date with a French man who doesn't speak English. She doesn't speak French. She's in there with her iPad, with her earphones. So we meet, we sit down and have a drink. Then what happens?
Kathy leaves me, and I was pissed because I didn't know what to do. So he takes my phone and he does this app, and we're starting to talk. And 3 hours in, I said to him, the real personality came out. I said, you know, where I come from, when I go on a date or first meet somebody, I do a lot of eye contact. I can't even tell you what color your eyes are. I haven't looked up from my phone.
Because she had, and so what I did, because I was feeling very uncomfortable, these two were head down on their phones trying to figure out this translation app. I called Nancy from our season, who is also our very dear friend. I said, Nancy, I texted her. I said, Nancy, call me. And she did. And I said, Frederique, Susan, I have to go. I have a very important phone call. That's how I got out of there. Thank you, Nancy. So they spent the evening together and had a great time. And the next day.
Then he called. He was like, it wasn't like an instant. Because, like I said, I didn't even look at him hardly, but there was something. There was a lot of chemistry. He walked me home after 3.5 hours. Oh, wait. He had asked if we had a little appetizer, a couple drinks, and he asked if I wanted another one. I said, no, thank you. I said, no, wait. You know what? May I have a Grand Marnier, please? Well, to this day, he makes me say Grand Marnier, not even thinking. And he walked me home. He wanted to come in, but the rules are the rules. We don't bring guys in.
And can I just say that ended my vacation because the next night,
he wanted to go dancing. He wanted to go dance bachata, which is something I love to do.
Did I go with you?
No, you wouldn't. Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you? My girlfriend here, I mean, what's the word I could use? A damper on things? The guilt I was feeling. She was like, no, you're not going out with him. You don't even know him. You're not leaving me. And I was like, Kathy, please, Kathy,
and
please.
And then what did I say? Finally, I said, just go, but don't bring him back here. This guy could be an axe murderer in French.
And he sent a message saying that the name of the place we're going, the address, and please come. And, you know, you'll have a good time, blah, blah, blah. And it should be over around 11. There was a band, a live band, and it was the last time they were playing there. And he liked them, so that was the story. So 11:05, 11:05, I get my phone and it's blowing up. We're coming off the dance floor. I'm sweating. And I see Kathy's message. You said 11 o'clock. It's 11:15. Where are you? So we did a video.
I just wanted to make sure you were okay. But meanwhile, one of the other friends that we'd met, Susan did feel very guilty about leaving me. But I think everyone will understand. I was not really excited about being a third wheel on their date. They're using this translation app to talk to each other. So one of our friends in St. Martin had this reservation at this very expensive restaurant. I went and we were dying laughing because Susan's out dancing. I'm at a restaurant having literally a
20-course meal.
Yeah. Susan said, how was the food? I said, it was great. What did you have? I said, I don't know.
I don't know.
It was good. It was little bites of this. So she's with the guy. The next day, what happens?
Which day was that, Kathy?
That was the third day.
When I said to Kathy by the third day, okay, I know you don't want anybody in here, but he's coming in. I really like this guy, Kathy. Here the two of them are. I think I posted this actually. You're trying to speak to him. She speaks in Spanish. She speaks in French. She speaks in English. And I remember the video, him laughing, going, Kathy, please, Kathy. One language, English only, English.
So as I got to know him, I was much more relaxed with him. But
she loved him immediately.
Yeah. What I honestly could see, don't cry, Susan, was how happy she was. She couldn't wipe the smile off her face. She kept saying to me, I've never felt this way about a guy. Susan tends to rush in to love. Susan loves being in love, which is great, don't we all? But she rushed into it with this guy. But once I got to meet him and talk to him, he was such a nice guy and genuinely nice to me. And I thought, okay, you know what? She might have struck gold here.
Can I just tell you how romantic the French are? They need to give lessons to our men in America and the United States because the second trip I went, where Kathy and I were supposed to go to California with our friends to Palm Desert, and my girlfriend had a heart attack and it was canceled. So now I come home and he's like, when can I see you? And I said, well, it just so happens that my trip was canceled. I had the time off. I had the miles for an air thing. I said, I'll come back, but you'll have to help me find a place to stay. He said, no, my darling. You stay here. I was like, oh, God.
And let me just say to you, so we came back. So the end of this first trip was that Susan spent every waking moment with this guy. And I was fine with it. You know, he came over when we left. But we got home and Susan usually calls me in the morning and we'll chit chat. And she's calling me and she sounds like something the cat dragged. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? She said, we've been on the phone till 3 a.m. So she and Frederic
Skype. Yep.
every night were Skyping with the translation.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Till
Yes.
3 a.m. I thought, okay, she's in deep now.
It's
And
undeniable. Just when you think it's never going to happen.
I'm holding my breath. I'm
It
holding my breath.
happens, Kathy.
Hey, tired of paying too much?
We on the most important issues.
Mobile's got your back.
And they're all waiting for someone like you.
Spring Store. They
I've decided not to go to Paradise.
East Hamilton Avenue, Eau Claire. Visit their room design feature online anytime at carpetcitywi.com. That's carpetcitywi.com.
So I've decided not to go to Paradise because I found the love of my life.
Right.
I
You
can't
found
even
your love
believe
in
it.
paradise. If
Yeah.
I get to go to paradise, I'm only hoping I find the love that you and Frederic
I hope so
seem
too.
to have found. But can I just say, Susan's keeping the airlines in business here. What trip are we on now? Seriously, don't lie.
fourth,
How many
fifth,
times?
fourth to fifth.
Since February. Fourth
Yeah.
trip back to
Yeah.
St. Martin.
So when I was there and I fell, remember I broke my hand.
Was that the
Everybody
second
knows.
trip?
I
think it was.
Well, I remember him asking me to delay
It was the second trip.
the
was the
leave.
second
I was
trip.
supposed to leave on a Saturday, and he begged, and I delayed it to Monday. It was St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
And
It
we
was
were
the
going to
second
a
trip.
friend's for dinner. And I fell that morning, so I had to stay past
Right.
St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
It's
And so they
crazy.
were going on this romantic hike and she fell and he was there for her.
Oh,
This is a man who
He takes care of you.
he takes care of her, but he's so romantic. The things he writes to her.
Oh,
At first, when he wrote that, do you remember what I said, Susan? Where's he stealing that from? What
Yes,
book?
yes.
He was quoting Moliere, which is a French author, and I thought, no, he's just stealing this stuff. He doesn't really write.
And
this,
how about
but
him sharing that he never, ever in his life told anybody that he was in love with them this soon?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
no,
then
this
we
is
went
truly
to
a
our
fairy
friend Dawn's house, and there was
Yeah.
like 12 people there, and they're all questioning him, all kinds of questions. And he doesn't speak English, okay? So he goes into the bathroom and writes this paragraph and translates it to English. And he says at the table, I have something to say. And he showed it to me first, of course. And then he read it. Well, there wasn't a dry eye in the place. I mean, he was
Yeah.
talking about how fortunate he feels that he met someone like me and how he loves me. And everybody was like, oh my God. It was
It's true.
so
I have to say,
romantic.
Susan has shared many of his missives, his love notes with me.
Yeah.
And the guy, they are both smitten. He wants her to move in yesterday. What is your plan, Susan? You're not, how what are you thinking?
I'm going to go as often as I can. I have business up here. I do my thing. So maybe, I don't know, a few months in the winter, maybe. But we
Needless
see each
to
other
say,
as often as we
Kathy's
can.
lost her travel partner.
No, I'm still going on vacation with you guys.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll get on Tinder. You can see how it feels. I'm going out and dance and leaving
And he's
you.
tall and he's handsome. He is
Susan,
a bit
by the
younger
way,
than me.
How old is he, Susan?
He's 54,
How old are you, Susan?
68.
14 years younger, folks. Yay,
And
you,
it
Susan.
works. It works. It's just, we laugh. I mean, the laughter, he's as
Yeah.
silly as I am, if you can imagine.
And he cooks.
Yes, he's a great cook.
I mean,
Great cook.
truly, the only thing for those of you who don't know Susan as well as I do, this is a guy who lives the island life. He has his own business. He works, and when he wants to take days off to go to the beach or go surfing, he does that too.
Mm-hmm.
And ask Susan. I'll ask for the world. Hey, Susan, how do you like his house with the dog?
The dog's not a problem. The hair, you know me. I'm a little, I'm a neat freak. I'll never forget day 3 because of the dog hair. And I'm like, where's the vacuum? Don't get angry when I ask this, but I need a vacuum and a mop. Like, it doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
In
With a
St. Martin,
broken
all the
wrist,
windows are
no
open.
less.
There's no
With a-
screens, So it freaks me out, but I'm adjusting.
Yeah, she calls me from St. Martin and we chit chat while she's there. And she said, Kathy, I have to clean. I said, Susan, you have a broken wrist. Are you kidding? She goes, I can't stand the dirt. I have to clean. So if he can put up with your fastidiousness,
Yes,
your
yes,
need
yes.
for clean, this guy is a keeper. That's all I'm saying. Because as people may or may not remember, when I go to Susan's house and I'm sitting eating at her kitchen table, she's sweeping underneath me. I mean, the crumbs are on the plate, but she just wants to make sure.
You'd be so proud of me, Kathy. I've come a long way.
So he is a super duper guy,
Yeah,
very kind, and it's so nice to see you so in love, Susan.
Thank
it really
you.
is.
His name is Frederic. And I'm taking French lessons. I don't think I'm doing very well.
Well, you just started,
Oh,
Susan.
God. I've been on those apps for 2 months now. I know a couple words, but to speak it is a whole nother story. I sound Spanish when I say
here's
French
the thing:
words.
when you
like,
learn
what
a
is-
foreign language, there's a lot of memorizing that goes into it,
Yeah,
and then
well,
you'll
68.
understand. I know, but you can do it. You'll understand before you're able to speak it, just like a baby, right? A baby understands. A
I
toddler
can read
understands.
it better than I can
Yeah,
hear it.
reading and understanding it, and then you'll be able to speak it at your wedding.
At
gonna
my
get,
wedding.
listen, I'm going to get, what is it? Not confirmed, ordained. That's it. And I am going to learn the thing in French and English, and I'm
Oh,
going to perform
boys,
the
going to say
ceremony.
it both. You know what? I don't know that I have to get married, but I would want a commitment when the time
you want a
comes
ring?
To bear shit in the woods.
Susan wants a ring. Listen, tell me what you want.
I know.
Frederick
we have
and
a
I are
jeweler
on.
down there.
That's right.
Wait, Jeffrey already said to him, when you want it, I'm ready.
Okay, well, I just want everyone to know just how
happy.
we're gonna get some more details.
But I just want to
a little
say
bit.
one thing. I know a lot of our fans out there are single. I had people email me just today. I opened one and pouring her heart out about, well, you got to go on national TV, so maybe that's a plus. I said, doesn't matter. I didn't meet anybody. It's been 2 years since our show.
Right.
You know?
But let me say, you know how I am a
happens.
big proponent of telling people, get up off the sofa, do something, because they're not going to come and knock on your door. Susan was very lucky with Frederic, but you know what Susan did? She took the risk. She
Yeah.
got on a dating app, and
Yeah.
I mean, some would call it downright scary in a foreign country going to meet a guy, but we met in a public place. It all holds true. Susan put herself out there, and that's what you
happened.
have to do. You got to put yourself out there, and that's how she did. So now, Susan, I have some more questions.
3 days prior to that, I was whining to you. We're never
She
going to
was.
meet anybody.
And now I get
and
to
we were
whine.
enjoying ourselves, though.
Yeah, now I get to whine. But wait, I want to know, because the world wants to know, Susan, have you told each other you love each other yet?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I can't even explain this feeling. I think he is everything I've ever dreamed of. The way he treats me and takes care of me. Kathy, when I broke my arm, I
Yes.
needed a shower. The man showered me, shaved my legs, washed me. I mean, he took care of me like no other. They don't make them like this. I don't know where
Well,
he came
that's
from,
why
but I'm blessed. I feel
You are
blessed.
blessed. So you guys have or have not talked about a future. I know you've told me kind of, but what are you thinking for your future with him?
I don't want to plan. I just want it to organically happen.
Oh, you mean like the airplane tickets that you buy? What do you mean organically happen? What, you think a magic carpet's going to come and pick you up? What do you mean?
But I plan to be there all the time as much as I can. And if not, I know he wants to go to Las Vegas and get married, but I didn't have to sign the papers, he said. But it was a thing. He wanted to film it and he was going to dress like Fred Astaire. But
You
he
know
wanted
what?
Elvis Presley there so his friends in France would. And
Okay,
he calls me his wife.
Well, that's a French thing you said, right?
Yes, I had to look it up. I was like, I'm not your wife. You are my wife. Okay.
You were easy. So wait a minute. I want to know. So you don't have you're not planning to get married right now. You're not going to spend full time down there, but you're going to try to go spend a couple of months there and then come home.
Yeah.
Do that.
As much as I can. Yeah.
As I know you, that's going to turn into more time there and less time here.
Yeah,
Which is
maybe.
great because he has a guest room for me. So
Yes,
it's working.
yes, he
It's
does.
working out for
Yes,
me
he
too.
does. And he
Okay.
has 2 children. They're lovely.
Okay, that's my next question. Have you met his children? Has he met your children? What's the
Only
talk?
from FaceTime, but his son was there. His son will be there until the end of May.
Okay.
And he'll go back to France when the weather gets nice. He's a surfer. And his daughter, just 2 days ago, he must have told her that I'm returning. Excuse me, I'm going down on the 27th and staying for 15 days. And she said, I must. My father is in love. I must see her in person. Now, we've FaceTimed quite a bit, and she does speak a little bit of English, so I'm looking forward to having a translator.
So wait, his children do speak English?
A little bit.
A little bit. So, okay, so you've met them on FaceTime. What about your kids? Have they met him on FaceTime?
Brittany has met him. My boys, not yet. They just know about him. So
okay. How are they taking
baby steps? Baby steps. My one son, Nicholas, at first was like, Mom, what are you just going to go up and move? You're going again? And I said, Nicholas, when's the last time you came over here?
Oh,
you know, I haven't seen you in 6 weeks.
You said that?
We text. Think about it. I want to be happy. Don't you want your mom to be happy?
Good for you.
And my ex-husband, you know, congratulations. I'm glad you're happy. Like,
this is the last, what do we always talk about? The last chapter. And it's going to be, and it truly seems like it's your best chapter. I've never seen you smile so much and be so happy. and I truly, and I know that we all share that. We're just so, you know, so happy that you guys.
I want everybody to have this feeling. And I know I have been in love before. I was married, but it just feels different right now. It just
okay.
feels
How did you? So
totally
that's boy. You're just reading my mind here. How do you know? How did you know? I mean, you've told me, but for everyone else, how did you know he was the love of your life? Because you've told me those words.
The way he makes me feel. And the kind things that he does and the silly stuff. I mean, we crack up. I'm crying, laughing, Kathy.
I will say she FaceTimes me when she's in St. Martin and we chat. And, you know, I talk to Frederic and he is, he does make her laugh. I mean, you two just sit and laugh.
And I make him laugh. Like, I have a question. You have a question. He cracks up.
He is, it's hard to believe, but I can honestly say, for all you doubters, if there are any of you out there, I've never seen her like this. And even though I was a little nervous in a foreign country when she said, "Come on, Kathy, we're going to a bar."
Little, a lot. You were a lot.
Because I love
nervous.
you. You're my friend, and I want you to be safe. And but I
would have went
say,
on the date with Kathy and the guy. That's the difference between Kathy.
You would have or not?
Yeah, I definitely would have.
Oh, please.
It's dancing. I love to dance.
Yeah, Susan.
Yes.
If I go on a date with a guy, I am not asking you out on the date with me. Just saying. If I find the guy, listen,
I didn't. He did.
Listen,
he wanted you to feel comfortable. He was worried about you.
I know.
That's how good of a man this man is.
And what did I say to Frederic? Do you have a brother?
Yes,
I did. You have a brother. So
He's a great guy.
I think that I could not be happy for you. We're going to get some more details in a few minutes here. We got some other things we want to talk about, but we all wanted Bachelor Nation to know another love story, you didn't meet him on The Bachelor. You're not going to paradise, but Susan, I am telling you.
Paradise is to fall in love. It's about hope, about finding your person. And I was all for it. I really wanted to do it.
If I get to go, you better start crossing everything you can cross for me. Do you hear me?
You got
everything.
it, baby. You got it. And I'll tell Frederic to do the same.
Thank you.
And can I just talk about the luggage, please? All right. Later on in the episode, I'm going to share with you another great quality this man has. He's got so many good qualities, Kathy.
She can't stop talking. She's in love.
I can't. You opened the can of worms now.
All right.
Everybody out there's hope. Just when you least expect it, because I stopped looking and was enjoying my vacation with my girlfriend. And I do love St. Martin. I've been there 7 times. Well, not counting the last 4, but I go every year. And now, woo!
Here we go.
Here we go.
We live in a divided country in issues.
First Spanish-speaking to be a Latina leader.
One, founding partner. $99 a month your first year. Terms apply.
Natural world. Whether you're traveling the globe or savoring.
Okay, Susan, let's get into our fan question for today. This one is from Carrie, and it's actually an audio submission. So let's play it now.
Okay.
Hi, Kathy and Susan. My name is Carrie, longstanding Bachelor Nation fan and love the Golden Bachelor series. Go, Gary. My question is actually for the both of you. So you talk a lot about on your podcast that you're looking for the right guy and, wanting to get into a relationship. You also have been doing a ton of publicity and promotions and TV shows and podcasts and so much fun travel and opportunities that have presented. So my question is, if you do find the right guy on all levels, relationship-wise, your families are meshing, and they really wanted to focus just on the relationship and settling in around your home area, obviously traveling together, but taking a step out of the limelight and not doing so much publicity, what would you do? How would you approach that situation? Thank you.
So this is a great question, Carrie. Thanks for sending it in. And it's so time appropriate right now after Susan talking about her new love, Frederic. So Susan, what do you think? How would you answer that?
So what I picked up on immediately was in your hometown, in the same town. Mine is a long distance relationship, and we've had many times talked about such things, whether we thought they work and so on. That was the first thing that hit me. So it doesn't matter where they live, not in the beginning.
So I think what she's asking, would you take a step away?
No, why should I? I still do my thing. I mean, I'd take a step away from dating, of course, but not to limelight. This is my business. This is what I do. I love my podcast. I love Bachelor Nation people. I love everybody that listens to us. And if there's another show that comes up, like my Got to Get Out show that just aired, I'm having a ball in my life, my last chapter, and I met my man. So
you don't think it's, I personally, we've talked about this, you and I, not on air, but I'm not really the same way. I think if I met my guy, that's my goal. I still would want to do the podcast and stuff, but I don't think you wouldn't
do a TV show?
Well, I might do a TV show. I'm saying it wouldn't be my first and foremost. The man in my life would be first and foremost for me. I'd want that relationship with him, and I'd want with his kids and my kids. That's the companionship.
But our kids are adults now.
My grandkids, I'm saying, I would
of course
want.
I'm not. Yeah.
And I'd want to spend time with him.
Yes, absolutely. But when you do a show, you're not gone forever.
Well, you were gone a month on the show you did last year, and Bachelor was a month, and if I get to do Paradise, that's a month. So I'm just saying it's a lot of time to be away, but I get it. It's a career, and I think at our age, there's room for both.
What would you do, and how would you approach that situation? If you find the right person on all levels and our families are great, everybody's going to do what they do. Everybody has a career or a job, so you make it work. No, I absolutely wouldn't walk away from it.
Okay. Well, I think that's good. I think one thing, though, that Carrie didn't say, but I would say to you, is you have to consider someone else now, right? You can't just make decisions.
Well, you obviously have a conversation, yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so do you think it's possible that Frederic would ever say to you, hey, Susan, you're gone too much. I need you here more?
I do not, because I had the conversation with him. He would be okay with me gone to do work, yes. Okay.
Well, I think Carrie, if you're struggling with it, I think
and you need to have a conversation.
Yeah, you need to have. I was going to say you need to have the. We're glad, by the way, that you're a longstanding fan of Bachelor Nation and Golden Bachelor series.
Thank you.
And I think if you are in that situation, I think Susan makes a good point, Carrie, which is if you're in the same hometown, it's a lot easier to maneuver.
Yes.
But you can navigate a long distance relationship. Mm-hmm. It just takes planning and communication, right?
And I'm here to tell you how it's going to work step by step.
I was just wondering if it could present a problem if he wanted you there and you couldn't be there. But I guess you're right. You just communicate, talk it out, figure it out, both compromise. Yeah. Those damn C words, Susan. There they are again.
I'm telling you, we love those. We love those.
All right. Are you ready? In the vein of vacation and island life, we're going to play a game today called Deal Breakers Vacation Edition. It's going to be so fun. Okay, so I'm going to read the prompt. We're going to decide if the hypothetical is enough to make us pack our bags and call it quits or if it's fixable. Okay, so I'm going to read the first one.
Okay.
And There's a story about this one. I can hardly wait to get into it. Ready? You're on vacation with your long-term boyfriend. Is it a deal breaker if he refuses to carry any of your bags? First, answer that.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. But
my
seriously,
boyfriend ran.
Would he carry
from-
your bags?
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Is
And
it a
he
deal
carried
breaker if he
yours.
wouldn't?
Kathy forgot a piece of luggage when he took us. No, he didn't take us. He was saying goodbye to us. We go off to the airport. We drop off the rent-a-car, counting our bags because we each bought another suitcase because we bought so many clothes. And Kathy goes into full panic mode. And ladies and gentlemen, when I say full panic mode, I thought I was going to take her to the ER. This woman was dying. Oh my God. It was her biggest bag. So we call Frederic. He's already home. He leaves his house, goes back to where we were staying, which is 15 minutes, then drives all the way across the island to give Kathy her luggage.
And,
So,
and
yes.
and let me just tell you, we are sitting in the rental car place, and
She wouldn't move.
I wouldn't move. And the woman's like calling Frederic, speaking in French. He's like, I will go get it. What happened was Frederic, being the gentleman that he is,
Carried all those heavy
carried
bags.
all our luggage down. I started to carry the luggage, and he said, "Oh, I've got it. I'll get it. Just get in the car." I don't think he realized that there was another one at the top of the stairs.
No, it wasn't. He told me it was in the guest room still. It was still in our guest room.
Oh,
It
I
never
didn't hear
even
that.
made it out.
Oh, even worse. Anyway,
Yes.
so not only would it be a deal breaker if he didn't, this is a man who drove on the island to get Kathy's suitcase. We love you, Frederic, if you're listening.
Yes, we
Muchas
do.
gracias. And
Muchas gracias.
he'll laugh at
Say
that.
it in French now, Kathy.
Merci beaucoup.
And now say it in English.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. He sighs dramatically every time you ask him to take a picture of you, and he only takes one or two.
Well, so that you and I are different. For me, people who you ask someone to take a picture and they take like 46, like shutter thing is just flying for. I'm like, why are we doing this? I now have 40 pictures of the same scene, the same look. Frederic, though, he's like you. He likes to pose for pictures.
Yes. We
So-
we do selfies all the time. We film us dancing. Yes.
Would it bother
I
you, though,
don't
if you
know
only
that
took
that
one or
would
two?
be that wouldn't be a deal breaker, though, would it?
No.
No.
I'll tell you, my husband did not like taking pictures. He was like, take it, just take it. Like, he was one of those.
He
So-
refuses to try any local food and only wants to eat at chain restaurants.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
See you later. Bye. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
do that.
that's a deal breaker there.
Yeah, that might be a deal breaker. I
Yeah.
like to go when you and I have gone to St. Martin. We go to different restaurants. Remember
Mm-hmm. every
the place
night, yeah.
every night we try something different. We
Unless I
have
cooked.
That's true. But like the island shrimp is different. Like you have to try. You
Yeah.
have to try the cuisine of the place
Absolutely.
you're visiting. It's
Absolutely.
you have to. All right. How about this one? He dedicates 2 whole days to watching sports in the hotel room. Would that be a deal breaker?
So my life was sports with my ex-husband. Like if it were during the World Series, I might understand, or in football but
So wait, I have to tell you, when I was dating a guy, I think I've told you the story. We went to Florida. We got to Florida. We were in the hotel room, and he brought his computer, and it was like a suite. We had like a small kitchenette and a dining room and a living room and a bedroom, and he set up his computer in the dining room. Susan, he never left the hotel room.
Oh,
He
God.
I mean,
Deal
for meals he
breaker.
did. It was.
Deal
am I
breaker.
still with him? It's like
Okay.
he just wanted to be on his computer. Okay.
He refuses to plan any part of the trip and just goes with the flow. That's perfectly fine with me.
So that's so funny you said that. You like to plan trips.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
No.
I don't. I am
No.
a go with the flow girl.
But
I
is
feel
it a deal breaker if you won't plan it?
No.
Right.
But I'm saying I love to go on a trip and have someone plan it. Because as I've said to you, I'm just so grateful to be wherever it is
Mm-hmm.
that I'm happy. Like I'm doing whatever I'm doing. It's not something I would do at home. So
Like our cruise to Greece.
Speaking of, we need to get tickets for the Acropolis.
Okay.
I got it. Just
Okay.
note to self. All right. He makes you take 3 different buses instead of calling a cab to save money.
Deal
Susan doesn't-
breaker.
Yeah. So I was just about to say, Susan or I, we're not getting on a bus, and we're certainly not taking 3 buses. It is
Oh, my God.
absolutely not.
Okay.
happening.
He jokes about proposing in every romantic setting with no intentions of actually doing it. Asshole.
Can I tell you? See, all of these things have happened to us. My daughter, when she got engaged, she would go hiking with her now husband, and Johnny would bend down all the time, walking with their dog, and she thought, oh, this is it. He's going to propose. He's going to propose. He did it like 6 times on different hikes. When he finally got down on one knee, she didn't believe him. She thought, here he goes again. So, yeah, I mean, he actually, I think that was cruel. But I don't know. What would you do if Frederic did that?
I don't think Frederic would do that, but I don't think it's a joke. No, I would have a problem with that. Yeah.
I would have a problem with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. All right. No matter what plans are in place, he will not get out of bed before 10 a.m.
That would be annoying. But some people like to sleep in. It depends on their work schedule. But if there's a plan in place and we have to be somewhere and he refuses to get up till 10, that means he's not ready till 11:30.
No, Susan, the SSS, blank, shower, and shave. Men
Shit,
are
shower,
in and
and
out.
shave.
Shit, shower, and shave. They're in and out. They don't need an hour and a half. That's you.
They need
you're thinking of.
coffee. I mean, come on.
Please.
All right. He keeps trying to hang out with other couples every single day of your trip.
Oh, no. It's not.
See, I like people. I don't mind, but not every day.
I think it's, don't you think if you're never alone together, I think that's kind of could be a red flag to me, actually, right?
Yeah.
I
mean, that's during the day, so maybe when they go at night, they're alone then. I don't know.
I don't know.
That means like he doesn't just enjoy your company. That's how you start feeling.
Yeah.
He has to
Yeah.
have others.
So-
although I'm all about other people. Like Frederic's the same
both
way.
are.
We like
we both
people.
are, but
Yeah.
you don't want to be with other people all the time.
Not
But
every
you know what I'm realizing, Susan? You know what I'm realizing?
What?
Like all these questions now, like we're on opposite sides of the table, fence, whatever you want to call it. Like you can say, well, yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with me because I have Frederic and I'm in love. And I'm sitting there going, well, if I had a boyfriend, it's not fair.
Wait, did you or did you not? Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second.
God.
Did you or did you not text my boyfriend and tell him we're coming out with the news today?
I did.
And what was his response?
So you got to know, Frederic, he's such a nice guy. I texted him and I said, Frederic, Susan and I, we're outing her relationship today. So it's all over. You're now official. And he sent me a dancing emoji of a guy doing a happy dance. Like, that's all he had to say. Like, it transcends language. We didn't need to write
He's
English
so
or French.
stinking cute.
He's so excited.
So you know what I texted him too? He said, what matters is what you want, my love.
Oh,
do
please.
what you want for the best. I love you. How
What
cute
you
is that?
want is for the best.
Whatever
Listen,
I want.
Whatever you want. I mean, can we
I
clone
died and
him?
went to heaven. There's got to
we-
be something.
Can we just clone him, please? Listen, listen, here's the deal. If I go to paradise, I want you to round up, tell him he's got so much time to find a guy, send him to paradise.
Actually, his best buddy, Julian, is looking for somebody. However, the age gap is way too much. He's too young. I know.
Well, says you who's dating a guy 14 years younger.
He's
We'll
40, Kath.
Oh, 40?
Yes.
Yeah, no. I have a son who's 40. No, thank you.
Exactly.
All right. Well, while Susan is falling in love, while Susan is planning her next trip, and believe you me, there is one, Susan is single-handedly keeping American Airlines in business. She
Thank
gets
God
aboard
for
now. They go,
points.
"Hey, Susan, how's Frederique? You're going back for another visit, aren't you?" While you're doing that, Kathy is just praying, hoping, and waiting for Mr. Right to come into her life.
And let's everybody out there give a
Send some-
special thought. Put it out to the universe that
Yes,
Kathy
please.
finds her person.
Please, that would be so nice. Okay, well, that is going to be it for today. Thank you to all of our listeners. Susan, thank you, and Frederique, but thank you for letting the world know how happy you are. I wish everyone could see your face and your personality, because you can't stop smiling, and I love to see my good friend.
Beautiful feeling. It really is.
It
And
really
thank you,
is.
everybody, for listening and joining us every week. And make sure to follow Bachelor Happy Hour, as we have new episodes coming out every week. And I know you don't want to miss it, because look what we did today. We went
Really?
totally off and did a personal thing.
That's right. And you know what? Make sure you submit your questions to us. I think you're all going to have lots of comments and good wishes for Susan. She deserves all of them. All you have to do is go to bachelornation.com/golden hour or DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour.
And thank you, Kathy, for spilling the beans with me. Everybody else, thank you so much for listening to Bachelor Happy Hour, Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you. And I'm so happy to be out.
And have a great week. Love is in the air.
Amen.